Welcome back, everybody, to Dungeons and Dragons, brought to you by Cloak and Stagger. Descent into Avernus. Our heroes here are still trekking through the hells themselves, down in the Bleeding Citadel, except last time things got a little difficult. Last time, you know what? I think I'd rather have one of you tell it. But first, how are you guys doing? Everyone doing okay? Having a good time?
I'm doing wonderful.
Doing good?
Man, I'm dead.
Does my high energy confuse you a little bit, Hayes?
I don't know what to think.
I'm trying something new, and I hope it works. Feed off this energy and enjoy yourselves, audience too, please. I would very much so like you to give feedback on whether or not this is a good or a bad thing. So let me know. Yes, Elgin, what you just said, that's actually yeah. I want to hear one of y'all talk about it. Who wants to go over that?
Well, I can go through it.
Yeah. Confident as always.
All right, Hayes.
Maybe.
Let's hear it.
Oh, God. Okay, so last time we picked back up in this disgusting, overgrown with like this fleshy bullshit area that used to be some sort of citadel of some kind, I believe. And we're making our way through the hallways, and we're attacked by these disgusting bug creatures, which swarm all over Elgin, and they swarm all over Stab, I believe, or maybe it was Doya. Okay, so they swarm all over everybody, and we're fighting, and we're trying to like knock them off each other. I think at one point, Elgin smashed somebody with a club to try and kill the bugs.
Doya again.
Also Doya.
It was in fact Doya.
I tried to run up and freeze them all off, which worked the second time. First time, I had to shake the cobwebs off. So we got past the bugs, and we heard some gross like, oh no. And we were like, what do we do? Do we help? Of course we help. So we jump down into what is the worst decision we've ever made as a collective. And there are 4 gigantic mosquito-type bugs, like piercing their gross proboscis into this demon or devil that's down there. And he's like, no, not the proboscises. But they brought them anyway, and they kept them coming. So we were like, nah, except I didn't jump down there yet. And everybody started fighting, and then we found out that these bugs are no joke, and they just start stabbing the shit out of everybody. And it is violent and bloody and horrible, and the sounds are awful. So then I jumped down, and I'm like, oh, fuck, because I was last in initiative. And I gave haste to Stab and Elgin, at which point I was like, there's nothing more I can do here now, and I need to protect this. And I jumped back upstairs, and things did not go well. I guess to keep things short and to the point. Get it? Is it to the point?
Oh God. How could you?
Give him advantage now.
Elgin was critically impaled by one of these things to the point where his body just completely gave out, and he was unable to be healed or resuscitated. At which point the troops rallied, and we came down and just barely, probably within one turn of being completely TPK'd, finished off these bugs. I came down there and let off a gigantic like lightning bolt, and Stab was just stabbing away, and Doya was screaming at everybody, and our little elephant friend was desperately trying to heal Elgin. We finished the bugs off and regrouped. We talked with the devil that was getting stabbed. He was really callous about everything. He just really didn't care, it seemed like. But we did free him, and I kind of tried to intimidate him and told him that there would be way worse things than proboscises if he double-crossed us. He told us about some of the other inhabitants of this building and where we may be able to go to find them, and that there may even be able to be a way to save or bring back Elgin, but not sure. But for now, we're taking a short little breather down here to sort of collect ourselves before we venture back out in the rest of this citadel.
Go ahead and have inspiration for the evening, Hayes. Good recap.
Yeah!
You covered it all. It was everything that happened last time. And we had left off right as you guys were taking a short rest. So let me set the scene. You guys are still in the Bleeding Citadel, in this pussy, blood-filled, flesh-grown, squishy, disgusting scab.
Ooh.
Fresh out of combat, weary, worn, and just tired. Elgin's body rests near you, Stab, as you're catching your breath. You've loaded all of his equipment up into the bag of holding that you have on you, Doya. All of you slump up against the wall and take in kind of everything that just happened. It was just another fight, just another weird, hellish creature you engaged, but this time it was just so much worse. What are you all doing during this short rest?
I would be literally just trying to muster. I used a lot of, I expended a lot of energy going through that encounter. And so just trying to collect my thoughts and kind of center myself, which I would be doing just sort of in silence, sitting over next to this giant bug corpse.
All right, and the rest of you?
I can't remember. Did we decide to rest here or not?
Yeah, you're doing a
Short
short
rest.
rest.
Oh. Well, Stab is just really silent, and he's just sitting next to his dead friend.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to go ahead and say you guys sit there uninterrupted for about an hour of time. Not really talking amongst each other, just kind of recouping a bit. If you have any short rest benefits you could take advantage of, you can do them now. So if you gain something during it, you can use hit dice during it, any of those things. Lulu has kind of just been... She's not actually fluttering at the moment. She's kind of just sitting down on her bottom. Kind of almost looks like a dog the way she's sitting. And she's just kind of been slumped. Just looking towards the ground. She's looking a little teary-eyed this whole time.
I'll look over at Lulu.
Did I do that?
Lulu, are you
Oh, okay.
going to be alright?
She sniffs a little bit and looks over to you, Hayes, and says, I couldn't save him. I tried. I did.
It's okay, Lulu. You tried your best, and that's what matters.
You did, and just not to sound callous or anything, but we all knew that this was a possibility when we came down here. And truth be told, if it hadn't been for Elgin's bravery, we would probably all be in the exact same position right now. That man, he took so many stabs for us.
Lulu sniffles a little bit and then just looks and nods to you. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for telling me about the chatbot. I appreciate that.
I'm working
For
on it.
what?
Kim just ran in here to tell me I need to ban the bot. Is there a is
I've got it.
Lulu sniffles a bit, blows her trunk nose a bit on some of the flesh on the ground, and just gives you a quick couple nods, Hayes. All right, well, if no one else is doing anything else, then I'll say about this time, after an hour, you all get back to your feet, recovering what little you could. A little bit of health, mending your wounds, wrapping a couple bandages on some exposed cuts you may have had. Take a deep breath and decide to continue your trek in the Bleeding Citadel.
Jamie, are we at the bottom where
Bottom.
they fell in?
Yes, you are still down in that room currently.
Oh, okay. Did I already loot the bodies of the proboscis users?
They are giant insects. What are you trying to get off of them?
I just see if they have anything cool around them.
They have these massive proboscises protruding from their faces.
Can I tear one off?
If you want.
How sharp is it? Can I use it as a rapier if I wanted?
I'm afraid you are not proficient with this type of weapon, so you could not use it as a rapier. Definitely could stab something with it, though.
No. Alright, guys. How heavy is Elgin, by the way? Will it, will it have an effect on me if I carry him?
Yeah, you would be encumbered while you're carrying his body.
What happens? What does that mean?
Encumbrance means that your movement speed is not as high as it should be, and depending on how heavy you get, it can get to the point where you can't move at all. Climbing's harder, running's way harder, jumping's harder. So basically, just imagine you're actually carrying a person. You know, it's just gonna be much difficult to do any movement stuff.
Okay. Stab is gonna go ahead and pick up Elgin and just start moving and say, well, let's get him out of here at least.
Are we trying to press on with him? Or do you want to take him outside? I don't think it's much nicer out there.
Well, I don't want to leave him here, and I don't want for him to be by himself out there.
I suppose it just depends on what we plan on doing with him. I don't know him well enough to say whether or not he'd want to be left here or buried somewhere. Don't really, and I'll kind of push my hand down into the mushy, gross floor and say, I don't even know if you can bury anyone in this mess.
Well, I know what I'd want, and it wouldn't be to be left here.
All right. So, we've already stripped him down to nothing so we could carry him, I suppose. We can just...
I got him. He ain't that heavy.
I kind of give the eyebrows up, okay, you say so.
JV, how much does my wing boots help me out here?
I haven't looked too deep into it, but I'd say your winged boots can carry basically what you can carry. So having Elgin on you and being real difficult to walk would equate to flying as well. You might be able to levitate, but you won't be able to fully use those boots in this situation.
Is it still really hard to get up these steps?
No, not with those boots. You can kind of use them to help levitate you up a bit.
All right. Well, let's just press forward.
All right, I'll kind of stand up and dust myself off and sort of adjust my bag. Say, all right, well, I guess deeper in we go until we find someplace we can either revive him or give him a proper burial.
Agreed. We managed to survive and find the right materials. I know of spells that could bring him back, but he wouldn't quite always be the same.
Well, all right, new muscles. I suppose you can reach down and pick him up. We can get going.
You speak out loud and look around the room, Hayes, and notice you're the only one remaining here.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, should I go back and answer?
I thought you were still- I'm still sitting here. I was looking at my character sheet.
I'm waiting for you at the top, though, buddy.
I guess we should go.
Yeah. All right. Tell me about these two corridors. Is that cool, Jamie?
Yes. Looking
We came
towards...
from that way, right?
Correct.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Jamie?
I
was
had
gonna-
I got the same confusion last week.
I was going to say, looking towards the south, it looks like there's it forks off to the left and right at the end of this tunnel.
Okay. Can I stealthily make my way there, or does it matter because I'm carrying a body?
You can, I mean, yeah, it absolutely matters. You can make a stealth check with disadvantage.
All right, let's do that.
Even with disadvantage, you are absolutely feeling pretty... Oh, you rolled twice. That's...
I did for disadvantage, right?
Yeah, I thought it auto-rolled twice. Okay, well, that's fine. You rolled the same damn thing. So, yeah, you feel pretty stealthy.
All right, cool. Okay, can I see better down the hallways? Oh, what's up?
When you
So,
reach...
I think. Oh, never mind.
When you reach the end of this corridor, Stab, you look to your right, and it looks like the tunnel stays about as tall and wide as it was from where you came from. But when you look to your left, or this direction, you see that the tunnel suddenly gets much more narrow and tight. It looks maybe about 2 feet wide, 2 feet tall. It looks like you could crawl through there, but otherwise you wouldn't be able to fit.
Okay. Who's behind me?
All of us.
No one's...
Stab does the
Go ahead.
goes like this with his hands, like this way.
I'll try and match his like pace and his I guess the amount of noise he's making. I'll try and sneak as well.
Sure.
And seeing as we're actually attempting to stealth for once instead of running in, I will do the same.
Lulu sees and Lulu copies.
Good, Lulu, just like I taught you.
I'm great. My D&D. Oh, let me refresh.
All right, can I still carry the body and crawl through the space, or is it just one?
Ooh, only one. You couldn't pull him through.
Only
Well-
one?
Well, I guess you could kinda if you went in feet first and like kind of wedged backwards like a backwards worm while pulling him. If you wanted to do that.
Hmm.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I shouldn't do that. You tell me how you want to do it, and I'll tell you yes or no.
Okay. If I have to get on all fours, I was wondering if I could kind of crawl while having him positioned on my back.
No, that's too tight. I'm
That's
afraid
too disrespectful.
it's
That's
too
too,
tight.
yeah, that is too tight. We're not. It's not loose enough. All right. Can I light up my hand and see more down here? Like trying to see what if it'd be worth going down there.
Your glove is still lit up right now from the. Well, actually, it's been an hour. How long's light last? Is it 1 hour or 8 hours?
It's a cantrip. Can I just recast it if it went out?
Yeah, you just recast it. So your glove is still lit up if that's the case.
Yeah, it's 1 hour.
Okay. So yeah, you just recast it on your glove. What you can see right now is all you can see. The path curves a bit towards the south. It looks like if you were to start crawling inward.
Does it look like the
I'll,
path less? Oh, go ahead.
I'll whisper over to Stab. You go check around that way. I'll go check this way. And I'll continue to kind of sneak. I rolled a 17 for myself.
Okay.
And I'm
Are you sure we should split up?
not saying
might be
split
better if
up.
we-
I can still see you. I'm just gonna peek around the corner.
Oh,
And I'm just gonna give a little heep, 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 heep.
So when you peek around that corner, let me tell you what you see. Looking down this hallway, you can see a creature that looks like it's almost made of shadow, just patrolling back and forth. As you look down deeper, this room expands massively, and you see a lot of ugly looking creatures clawing at a wall.
Okay. We should go the other way. This way.
let me scope it out first.
No, it's a dead end. That way's dead end.
Oh, okay. Stab wants to put the body down next to Doya and be like, hey, old man, look after this guy. All right, good.
Because
Your
I
silence
can't.
means yes. All right, so Stab is very going to stealthily kind of just crawl and peek around the corner because we're at a very vulnerable spot right now. What do I see over here, Jamie?
I'm falling behind. I've just got like my hand on your shoulder behind you.
Is it cold or warm?
My hand?
Yes.
A little clammy, but not cold.
That's fucking weird. Stab is cool with that, and he
You
presses
asked.
on forward.
It looks like the room starts opening up a bit. It stays pretty narrow and tight till about right here, and it looks like it opens up to almost what looks like could be, and you feel a little uncomfortable even thinking this, but perhaps living quarters?
Is there signs of there's anyone there right now?
Can't see anything there right now.
Stab still inches closer but I want to stop as soon as I like see something. You know what I mean? Can I do that?
Yeah, I'll say
All
if you see something move, you hold up. All right, when you enter this room, let me tell you what you see. As you crawl out a hole and get to your feet, you look around and see that the floor of this dark cyst is strewn with bones and dotted with weeping sores. Shallow niches gouged into the scabby walls hold an assortment of stoppered flasks, polished black orbs, humanoid skulls, and other curios.
What is all this stuff, man?
I'd like to take a look at some of the things that are in the wall. I'm not touching anything, but I want to get a good close look and see if I can tell what any of it is.
Let me know if you
From
need
my
touching.
days trading goods along the Sword Coast.
Sure. Just kind of glancing around. Well, I'll tell you what, make a perception check, and we'll go off of that.
Natural 20.
Oh, you got a nat 20? Ooh, yes, indeed. As you look around, Hayes, your eyes are pinpointing so many crevices that seemed quite hidden, that look like they may contain something. All in all, looking around, you can see 6 different things that look like they might be something interesting. You see a black sack made from stitched flesh shoved in one of them. A lustrous black gem shaped like a human baby's fist in another. And kind of just perusing to the next one, you see this one probably looks the strangest. There's an iron flask, and it's slightly translucent, and you can see what looks to be a humanoid inside of it. Just kind of sitting there. Looks like it's asleep or something. Perhaps frozen? You can't really tell without grabbing it. There is also, through 3 more little niches that you got such a high roll, you find 3 soul coins.
Hey, my boy.
I'll carefully go up to the soul coins and make sure that there's nothing. And like I'm occasionally still like glancing up at the other like super weird things, but I'll carefully grab the soul coins, just checking for any kind of trip wires or anything like that that may be protecting somebody's money.
Jay, what does old Stab find? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And if I grab all three of them, I'll turn around to Stab and hold them out in my hands and say, "Suppose it's maybe a dead end, but it's not for nothing." And I'll hold out the soul coins towards Stab.
Nice. More fuel.
You saw Hayes go to each of these little crevices, stab, and saw exactly what he just saw.
What did Stab see in the dog bowl, though?
All right, hold on. Okay, that's a plate, just sitting on the ground. It looks like it's might be some type of old silver.
Okay. Did I see the little man in the flask? Can we ask more about that?
Yeah, how big is that? Like,
Yeah.
how little is this guy?
It looks like a flask like what you carry some of your health potions in. It's very, very small. This guy is very, very little.
Oh, like a
Also-
fairy in a jar.
I'll turn
It's
to
like-
Stab and say, maybe someone not our size should try and engage in conversation if we're gonna try and talk." And I'll open my pouch and pull out a wrench. Say, "Wrenchy,
Forgot about him.
God about my son."
I don't remember what Richie sounds like. Do you remember?
He's like, yeah, hey, boss. No.
Okay. All right. So you take out your wrench, Hayes, and you call upon him again. And he sprouts his little arms and legs and his wrench eyes. He looks up and he goes, "Oh, hey, it's been a while. Hey, how can I help you?"
"Wrenchy, it has been a while. We've been through some pretty dark times. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to spare you the trauma. I don't know if wrenches have trauma. Regardless, it seems we found a prisoner here of some sort, and I didn't want to scare him. I figured maybe instead of speaking to what it would, I assume, consider to be giants, instead maybe it's more comfortable talking to, now that I say it, it sounds a little insane, a magical wrench that can talk." And I'll gesture over towards the tankard.
Richie glances over towards it and he looks back to you, Hayes, and says, I could sure try. Just hold me up to it."
I'll very calmly walk over to it and hold my hand out.
Richie leans in close to it. He says, hello? Hello in there? Hello? But the figure inside, it doesn't look like he's responding at all. Richie sees that this figure's eyes are shut, and he's just completely frozen with his arms down at his sides. Richie then taps on the flask a couple times. "Hello? Are you sleeping in there? Are you busy?" He turns to you, Hayes, and says, "There's a guy in there, but he's just not responding."
Interesting. I'll turn back to Stab. Say maybe.
Oh, go ahead.
Maybe I don't know. Do you have any ideas? And I'll turn back to Wrenchy and just say, "Well, I appreciate the effort, Wrenchy, but you can go back to sleep now."
"Righto, just calling me if you need me."
I'll put him back, and I'll kind of step out of the way and gesture for Stab. You want to try?
Hey, man, I don't know if it was, like, cool for you to assume he only likes little guys. You know, he might like the big guys.
That's not what he likes. I'm saying it might be less jarring.
All right, I got this one. Stab takes off his glove.
Mhm.
And he reaches to, he wants to pick up the flask gently to look at it better.
Sure. You pick up the flask gently, and I need you to make a wisdom savings throw.
Oh, shit. There's so many. Oh, it's up here.
All these savings throws. Cool. So you pick up the flask, Stab, and go to examine it, and you don't even seem to realize that your left hand is already swinging around, grabbing the cork and pulling it off this flask, almost instantaneously. Hey, as you watch it, it looked like he did it on
Sorry.
purpose.
Are you sure you did? Okay, all right, it's open.
The moment
didn't do
he
that.
opens that flask, almost in a puff of smoke, a cloud gushes out and fills the room. And you can't see anything as smoke is just clouding your vision completely. And when it slightly clears... Are you with me, Zug?
Yes, I am.
You appear
Hey.
finally outside of the flask once again, but this time things are a bit different. You are in full control of yourself at the moment as you see two people just wide-eyed staring at you in confusion.
Are you a fucking genie?
I'm gonna stand up, like kind of like stretch out a little bit, not even really taking full notice of who's in front of me. And then once I'm done, I'm just gonna turn and look.
I take a defensive stance.
Who are you lot?
I'm the guy that opened the bottle.
And I have seen the smoke from where I'm at.
You would have seen some smoke come down through the tunnel, yes.
Oh God, they're in combat. I'd like to attempt to start moving through this tunnel.
All right, go ahead.
We are just some friendly neighborhood adventurers who've apparently come down the right hallway.
You with the hag?
The
What hag?
What's your purpose here? You expect me to kill something for you?
What? Who said anything? Who said anything about killing?
I did.
Right. We don't expect anything of you. Matter of fact, I didn't even expect for you to come out of that container. How did you put yourself... What are you?
What do you mean? Surely you've seen an orc before.
And Elgin, take a moment to explain what they're looking at right now.
Oh, yes.
Or not Elgin, I'm sorry. Not Elgin.
Oh.
Zug.
What is it?
So
Zug.
Zug is Zug is a half orc. He is I would dare say he is probably just a little bit taller than what you all remember of Elgin. He's about 6 foot. He's about 6'6". He is also about, I would dare say, with no armor on him or anything, he's a solid 800 some odd pounds.
Damn.
He's
a meaty
a
boy.
big boy. He's very meaty, but he is. You can also tell he is a little bit older. If you had to take a rough guess, you'd have to probably imagine he's somewhere in his late 30s, maybe early 40s, give or take. But
You look very good for your age.
thank you. But yeah, he's got he's mostly got like kind of long, kind of dreaded gray hair, but also he is balding at the top.
Finally.
So
Bald hero.
yeah. But beyond that, he doesn't wear any armor. He mostly just wears like tattered clothes. He's barely covered really for the most part, except for like some torn pants. Yeah.
He has
His
a weapon
nipple
on
out?
him, right?
He does have he does have he does have his weapon on him. You see, he's carrying a rather large-looking hammer.
Are you holding it menacingly right now?
I mean, he does when he does point at people, he does point his weapon at them.
So that's what you guys see.
I have seen quite a few orcs in my time, yes, but I mean, I've never seen one come out of a bottle before.
I guess that would be strange. Well, as it turns out, I don't remember terribly much. But every time I've come out of this bottle, Someone has wanted something from me.
Wait, so
Oh, he is a genie.
you've been in that bottle before?
Yes.
Did someone put you there, or do you just go? Is that like your house?
It was my prison. There's a hag. She was the one who did this to me.
Not that it matters, but why?
Why do hags do what they do?
That's a fair point.
All I know, some point, I don't remember. When was the last time I was out of it? My memory is fuzzy on current events.
So, do you remember if you have a certain amount of time out here and then you go back in there? Or, I don't know how the whole bottle, I don't know what the rules are. And truth be told, I really don't trust anything in a bottle that's not ale, whiskey, or, I don't know, a health potion.
Well, you know just as much as I do. What I do know, that typically when I've been released, something needed killing.
Well, I
And
will
since
say,
you are no masters of mine,
correct. Very much correct.
I
Look,
plan
you're-
on finding the one who imprisoned me and removing her head from her shoulders.
And it very much sounds like the world would be better off if that came to be. The point is, do you know where we are right now? Are you aware of our surroundings?
If you're asking me if we're in some kind of a hellscape wasteland, that much I know. Beyond that, I could not tell you.
Right. Well, to sum it up, yes, we are in the hellscape wasteland. It's quite awful. But to be more specific, we are in some sort of bloody, scabby citadel. There are awful creatures quite everywhere. And I don't know. I'm just saying, you have a better chance of getting out of here in one piece. You accompany us. You don't have to. But I will say, we did just lose one of our sturdier compatriots to some of the creatures down here.
Wait, Hayes, wait. Lulu starts nudging you.
Yeah.
Can I ask him something?
Absolutely.
Lulu
This is
flutter-
Lulu. I
flutters
like
past you.
smile and like gesture.
She floats up to you, Zug, and just looks up at you. This tiny little golden creature is like maybe up to your thighs, just staring up at you while floating above the ground. And she says, "Are you a good person?"
Zug just kind of smirks. What do you mean by good? Like, am I good at something?
Yeah.
I'm good at killing.
Okay. And she floats back to you, Hayes, and says, "He seems good."
A very useful skill down here, wouldn't you say, Joya? Stab?
He sounds like all right to me. I like it. Thanks for asking, Lulu. Good question.
Oh,
As
hey,
I like scan the room, do I notice anything like I don't notice anything that would give me any like idea of what happened to the hag.
just looking around the room, it just looks like you've probably been uncorked in here before, like maybe once, but it doesn't look different from that time. Items still are strewn about. It's still just filthy in here, but there's no signs of the hag. And as you're looking around, Lulu actually asks you again, Hayes, did he say something about a hag too?
Yes, and is it just the map, or is there actually a skeleton chained to the wall over there?
There's an actual skeleton on the wall.
Oh, and just FYI, I can't see shit.
Oh, really? I'll just fix that.
Everything. It says I don't own a token.
Oh,
Uh,
I'll fix that.
Mhm.
Can I ask you a question,
I'll
Zug?
look to Lulu and just respond, and I'll just say,
It's a
"Signs
free
point to
country.
yes."
is that what he's-
Who ruled hell, if you remember, when you were last corked?
We're in hell. Then it all makes sense. I never knew exactly where I was before.
Would it inform you any to know that you are in Avernus?
So that's where it sent us.
It-
Well, I told my boys that we would ride together into hell itself, and it seems we actually lived up to what I promised them.
Your boys.
My kids.
No. My war party.
Ah.
Do you remember what happened to them?
Yes. Those that didn't starve to death or die of exhaustion were either killed due to infighting or died at the hands of some other foul, infernal thing.
And thus you were then captured by this hag.
I do distinctly remember crawling on my hands and knees towards some structure that looked more like a scab than anything else. That where I saw her face as I began to pass out.
Well, I don't know if it's soothing or terrifying, but we are in that very same building. We're in the scab building. And I don't know whether she is still here or if she has anything to do with the rest of the creatures. I don't know. I can't say. I
think she's
say that
dead.
She very well might be. Do you think that's her? And I'll point to the skeleton.
Do I see anything that looks like it would, I guess, remind me? Like anything that would resemble her appearance?
No, not in this room. Also, can you see through that token now?
Here, let me. Yeah, I have no clue where I am though.
I got you.
I am on the map now.
There you
I put myself somewhere. Okay.
Game
Let me-
Master!
There. Can I?
Over
I
there.
attempted movement through something. Oh, there you go.
I
Bam.
got you.
Now I'm in there. Nice to
What?
see everyone.
I think it's safe to say she's not getting her rental deposit back.
You have a name.
I don't believe this is her.
Oh, Doya, I'm sorry. This is Zug.
Oh, no, I think he said that while I was here. Did the
He did.
hag have a name?
Her name was also Zug.
Zug.
He was
Got
right
it.
the whole time.
I didn't catch her name.
Uh,
She was too busy torturing me and
having you kill
whatnot.
things.
Yes. We weren't quite on a first name basis. I just always called her the hag. She seemed to find it funny.
Can I describe Mad Maggie to him and see if it's that girl?
Sure. You do you want to roleplay that, or you just want me to? You just want to?
I
describe
don't
it?
remember what she looks like.
Stab gives a detailed account of Mad Maggie with her crazy hair and her goggles when she was on her war machine or hell machine, Hell Rider. I forget the names of them. But none of that sounds like it at all, Zug.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just simply shrug my shoulders.
That's the only hag I think I know.
Lulu will actually chime in again, sounding a bit confused, and say, I thought, didn't you take a bag and like a diamond from a drowned hag right when we came in here?
Oh yeah, I remember her exactly. Jamie, can I describe this hag to him?
Yeah, you could describe this. The body was bloated, but you try to give the details you can about it, and Zug, this actually does sound quite familiar.
So she's dead.
Don't worry, I got her diamond though.
Looks like your vow of enmity will be kind of short.
So be it. It doesn't matter. I'm free. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you all.
Well, it doesn't seem like you have anything else going on at the moment. Maybe want to
Yeah, it's real dangerous
least
out here.
help
We should probably
escort
stay
us out of
together.
here. Yes, that. Safety in numbers. What's the fun of getting freed from a hag's binding spell or whatever just to go out and get your head chopped off?
He's gonna just kind of look each one of them up and down. He points at he looks at the druid and he just says,
You appear to have seen many winters.
and then he looks at the one in the middle and says,
You seem to have seen too few.
Yeah.
and then he
That's
looks
right.
he looks at Lulu and says,
I'm not terribly certain what you are.
I'm Lulu.
and then he looks at
That clears things up.
And then he looks at he looks at the tiefling and just is like,
And you look like you're right where you belong.
That's kind of rude.
I'll travel with you
Okay.
until I find something better to do.
and he just
You know
kind
what?
of throws the hammer over his shoulders and just tries to see which way is the way out and starts walking in that direction.
Oh shit! At this moment, Stab is gonna realize Elgin is just by himself, and he's gonna look at Doya, be like, "You left him?" And he's gonna try to smack him on the back of the head, and then immediately
You
go back
caused
to
an
him.
explosion. Usually
wasn't
that means
me.
you're about to die.
If I need you, I'll let you know.
You were trying to be stealthy.
New friend.
All right, is he over here, Jamie?
Yeah, he's over there.
All
Is
right.
the other stuff that was in the wall niches, are they still there?
Yeah.
I want to grab the black diamond.
The lustrous black gem shaped like a human baby's fist.
Yeah, I hate it, but I'm gonna take it anyway.
Shit, Jamie, do I still have the flask in my hand?
Actually, yeah, you've been holding this whole time.
Can I examine it?
Yeah, looking at it closely, it looks like it has, it's made of partially iron, some type of translucent iron. Feels quite durable as well. It has a standard cork that would have been on top of it, but it's also in your hand.
Okay.
Hayes, make what would this be? Make a religion check for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at this black gem, you identify this as you may have read about these at some point, or maybe even come across something like this in your travels. But this would be a hag's heartstone, which you know is extremely important to whatever hag this belonged to.
Well, maybe they'll want it at the Wandering Emporium. I'll take it and I'll toss it in my bag.
That's
Alright.
a spirit.
I take a second and look back at the flesh bag that's over there, and I just shake my head. Not going anywhere new. No. And
Damn,
I'll turn.
I
and
left you soon.
continue to walk.
Hey, Zug,
That is my name.
do you want your house back, or are you cool if I fill it with, like, some ale or something?
I'm not planning on getting back inside that infernal thing.
All right, cool.
Do
Well,
with it what you want. But if you
Thanks, my man.
expect me to get back in it, you will find yourself smashed into paste.
nah, man, I saw how you looked inside of you, a little tiny man. That's crazy. Stab is going to pick up Elgin, and hopefully Zug is still there. This is our fallen friend. We're trying to get him out of here. His name was Elgin. Is Elgin.
He takes a look at him.
He looks sturdier than you, and yet you are all still here. This was not
he
looking
was-
good for the rest of you.
He was very selfless, for what it's worth.
Well, we'll see how that worked out for him.
Well, it worked out quite poorly, actually, as you can see.
Hmm,
And I feel
most
awful.
certainly.
There was anything else I could do. But we're not going to focus on that now. We're going to focus on the positive. The positive is that you look like and sound like quite the capable warrior, and I feel like we all could benefit from each other's company and perhaps getting out of here and maybe taking a few, I don't know, infernal souls along with us.
Hayes,
Oh,
you
shit.
feel
I control both of them.
you feel a slap against your back as you feel Lulu's trunk just kind of like give you a quick whack, kind of get your
Okay,
attention.
yes,
And she
yes.
says, "Come on, Hayes, this guy just needs some leadership. Take control."
I look at her with this very confused face. Who are you? What did
I'm
you do to
Lulu.
Lulu?
I was controlling her while trying to control my token. I don't know if you did that because of that, JB.
No.
Okay.
Zug, I'll tell you what. Come with us down this way and help us carve our way out of here, and then should you choose to go your own way, you're free to go.
Fine. Besides, I presume you know the way out.
Yes, absolutely. I turn to Lulu. I have no fucking idea.
Yay!
Now, Stab, do you remember when I told you this other way was a dead end?
Is it not?
Earlier?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay. I lied. It's not. But
It's
we
an
may
end
be
filled
dead
with
if
death.
we go that way. Exactly. Yes, it's that one. That's the one.
Then let's go.
All right.
Dab wants to still stealthily try to peek over so he can see what's going on.
I need
See
a
what
fresh
Death
stealth
is
check
talking about.
if we're still stealthy.
Oh. Alrighty.
I'll follow. So if I see him try to stealth, I'm gonna try and do the same. And did you say it was an illustrious black gem that I had?
You have a lustrous black gem.
Lustrous.
Lustrous. No ills.
Okay.
Just lust. Rus. Lustrous.
Hey, look at your token, man. Got that zombie ass token. Is that
Oh,
what
is
your
artwork
face looks
there?
like for real?
No,
Yeah.
that's just a general orc artwork. His actual
Oh.
token's what you see on the board.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you ugly up close, man.
I never changed my D&D Beyond token. I just took the general one.
Okay.
Lulu tries to be sneaky too. Wow. she
God
goes
damn.
pretty sneaky.
What do I see?
All of you trying to stealth. I should just make I'll do group checks, but yeah, most of you feel pretty stealthy. Some of you really don't. Peering around the corner, Stab, you see what looks like a whole lot of demons, something just clawing into the wall, with some shadow apparition just floating back and forth, almost like an overseer watching them. Let me see if I got a little thing I can read for y'all here too.
Please tell me that the coast is clear now. There's nothing there, right?
Oh, I'm about to find out what's there.
10 small snarling demons covered in matted gray fur claw and bite a hole into the hard, scabby floor. A demon made of shadow flies over the smaller fiends, screaming at them in abyssal. You also notice the floor is starting to get a lot more crusty here. Not as fleshy. Think of like a hardened scab.
You were right. This is a dead end. There's like 10 dudes there. 10 dudes. How many are there? There's 8 dudes. My bad.
Yeah, you can see, right?
Yeah.
You see them.
I mean, our options are press forward and see what happens, or turn around and give up on the search for the sword.
What are we facing,
There
guys?
was only one other. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Did Stab notice it go
What?
closer?
No.
I'll recount to Doya and Zug exactly what we saw around there.
Oh, do we think a shadow demon would be weak to fire?
I don't know, what is a shadow even? Like, that doesn't even make sense to be made of shadow.
My culture, darkness is often associated with evil, and we are at a place filled with it, so it sort of makes sense.
I mean, I would assume a shadow would be pretty opposed to light. Lulu, do any kind of, I don't know, some kind of bright flare attack? Be your final flare.
No. I can make things light up like Stab's doing right now with his glove. But
Hey guys, I got an idea too. Sorry, Lulu, what were you saying though?
I was gonna say you made it sound like they look busy. Maybe we just tell them we're passing by.
Oh, just taking a casual stroll through the Bleeding Citadel.
Yeah.
Don't mind us. I mean, we could try. Maybe, I don't know, Zug looks pretty intimidating. Maybe we're his prisoners and he's taking us to the, I don't know, the bleeding butthole for our torture or something.
Stab said he had a good idea though. I want to hear Stab.
That's before you said they might be good guys, Lulu. I was gonna suggest Stab is gonna pull out one of his seeds. I blast him with one of these. You guys remember what happened last time, right? It went boom, blew everyone up.
You pull out one of those beans
One of
you've had for a
the
long
beans,
time.
yeah, that's what it was. I got 2 left.
Also, Lulu will retort Stab and say, "No, I don't think they're not bad guys. I just think they're busy. Maybe they have better things to do."
Can I see if Lulu's feeling all right? She
Sure.
seems very confident.
Make a insight check. So you look at Lulu, and she seems to have not just a smile, but a grin on her face. Like she's very strangely upbeat right now. I should have you make a medicine check, but we'll stick with the insight one. You could tell this is maybe a sign of like slight shock, but she
Right.
seems to be just trying to play it like in confidence.
Right.
We have a celestial dealing with PTSD. Great.
Yep. Yep. Just what we need.
Damn. I hope you didn't say that out loud. Fuck you. It's mean. It's rude as hell.
Is it
Out of character. Out of
is it
character.
false? Where is the lie? I'll lean into Lulu. I'll kind of move past Doyle real quick, and I'll just move right next to Lulu, and kind of kneel down. And I'll put a hand on her. I guess kind of on her head, on the top of her head, almost, just gently. I'll say, Lulu.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be all right.
I know. All we have to do is get to the end of this place.
Lulu. I I understand the gravity of what has happened literally like 15 minutes ago. And, well, like an hour and 15 minutes ago, rather. And I understand that we haven't really had a chance to process what has happened. And you did everything you could. But let's not just go strolling around and get ourselves killed. Well,
She's quiet for a moment and looks away from you, Hayes. And then turns back to you and says, "You're right. If they don't know we're there yet, we should sneak up on them and kill them before they have a chance to do anything."
all right. It's
Now that is more
Very-
like it.
very dark. But you know what? I'll take this over just wanton confidence. I mean, what if we used kind of what if we did kind of the prisoner act, and just until we get close enough, and then spring the attack?
I have a feeling these guys know who are and aren't supposed to be here, but maybe I'm a little biased, seeing as you described an overseer shadow demon.
Lulu shakes her head quickly at you, Hayes, and also says, "I think, remember we found that hag in the water? Or the blood pool? Those goat things were around her. I don't know if they were together or not." And she looks to Zug and says, "I don't know if they even think he's one of them."
Doug, have
Fair
you ever
enough.
fought a shadow?
Shadow. No.
Where are the goat things again, Jamie?
Let me see if I could show you, actually. I don't know if I have them out here. They were these weird-looking creatures. They look
We
like...
fought a few of them already, right?
Yeah, you fought them before. They look like that.
And those are what are digging?
No, those are what was around the hag when you found her dead body.
Okay.
The creatures digging look like this.
Ugh.
I'm not sure which one's worse.
They thick though. Second one is thicker,
They're
so it's
dummy
better.
thick.
What are we
okay, well
doing?
then we just go in and start blasting.
Do we
Hold on,
want to
guy.
try to divide and conquer, split off the workers from the overseer?
I mean, we could try to lure them into this little tunnel, and I can try and zap them in a line, but that also opens us up to the same thing, depending on what the capabilities of that more imposing creature is.
Well, again, let me ask, do we think a shadow is weak against light? Because I just did a giant fire thing that sets off bright light. And if we've had an hour of rest, I could do that again.
Are you asking if we legitimately know, or is that a rhetorical question?
I'm asking if we legitimately know anything about shadow demons that we've got hidden deep in our very weird past, Hayes.
I do not.
Worth a shot.
Hold on. Doug, can you kill a shadow demon?
He has not
I
fought
will
one before.
try to kill one.
What happened?
I said.
Oh,
I
you
will
said you tried?
try.
He will
Oh, my
try.
bad, dude. I must have something in my ear still. Here's what I'm thinking, guys. I just want to lure that shadow guy here, and I'm gonna disguise myself as one of those goat people. Maybe he'll follow me here, and then we'll just kill that one shadow guy, and then I could turn into the shadow guy, and maybe I could make these motherfuckers do something else. I could disguise myself to whatever I want, right?
Using what? What ability would do this?
I would use disguise self. It's a spell. I will link it.
Mm-hmm. First level illusion. Make yourself, your clothing, weapons, armor, and other belongings on your person look different until the spell ends or until you actually dismiss it. You can seem 1 foot shorter, 1 foot taller, can appear thin, fat, in between. You can't change your body type, so you must adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs.
Could I do it? The goats have like 4 limbs, right?
Yeah, technically they were humanoid-ish, just goat legs, so Yeah,
Would I
you
be
can
able to
disguise
turn
yourself
into
as one of
the,
those.
Would I be able to turn into the shadow thing too?
No, the shadow thing does not have a bottom.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's fucking dope, though. But, I think those guys look kind of blind. So what do you guys think about that? Lulu, you said the goat people were things, right?
Yeah, they're creatures.
You think he'd follow the goat person over here while we jump his ass?
He'd probably be confused about it. Yeah, and then when he comes over here, Zug can bash his head.
Yeah. How you like that, Zug? Does that sound like a good plan, or you can say it's stupid? I know it's stupid.
Doug is just gonna like look around the corner. Like he's gonna kind of just peer out a little bit, to kind of poke his head around just to kind of see what all they're up against.
Which one do you want to kill first?
That guy right there. The half the guy. That guy.
He's gonna point. He's like,
This guy.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Zug is gonna take his hammer and he's just going to throw it.
Oh my God, Zug, you are crazy. You are crazy, Zug.
Go ahead and make a ranged attack
let's
with
see what happens.
advantage.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Then let's see. Here we go. Where'd it go? There it is. And I think it should auto. There you go. That's a 30. And
Yeah,
I
have your
rolled
set to
damages.
yeah, you got it. So you absolutely hit as you take this maul, reel back and just and it just right at this shadow demon, which turns to hear this whooshing sound rush at it until it just whams it right into its body. And while this thing looks like it could be one of those like it's almost smoky, this thing full force hits it and deals where is it? I think that's 14 damage. Is that correct? Or is it
Yeah,
17?
14 total. It'd be. I'm not raging, so it's 14.
Gotcha. As you hit this thing for 14 damage, it floats back a bit, almost stunned, and then looks past where the hammer came from and sees you down there and points and shouts something in Infernal. Can anyone speak Infernal?
I can.
You hear Hayes, only Hayes, hears, "They're trying to interrupt the digging! Stop them now!" Everyone else, you just hear some Infernal speak, which I don't know how to replicate because I don't know what Infernal sounds like. We're going to go into combat.
Hey, nicely done, Zug.
You're welcome.
Zug, what the hell? We were planning.
I got a 17 on the initiatives.
I swear to God, I cannot roll initiative to save my life. I cannot roll.
Oh shit!
high
How do I do that
initiative.
again?
You got it.
There you go.
Oh, and also I'm gonna snap my fingers. The hammer is gonna come right back to me.
Yeah, the hammer
It's like
actually,
a mini show.
after it hits this thing, the hammer just right back to Zug's hand. And
Chad
we're
says,
gonna.
You can't stop that man from being himself. Zug's gonna zug.
Zugs. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. You guys are fighting the shadow.
If we survive this, the fight's over. You need to drop the work complete.
One of the
I
dretches
might just.
is up first.
Who's up?
One of these digging creatures.
Oh shit! Zug is faster than me.
I
This
have
creature-
advantage on initiative checks too. So.
Is that
This
just a
creature-
thing your character has?
Mhm.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
This dretch comes out from around the corner, sort of poking its head up and looking around, and then sees towards you, Zug, and will get on all fours and kind of start running that direction.
Hmm.
And that's all of its movement it can do for now. Zug, you're up.
Sweet. Let's see. We got. I guess I can't really see too terribly far. I'm assuming that there's not much more than what I'm seeing in front of me as far as like these dretches go.
As far as you're aware.
Let's see. Do I have all of my equipment on me that I guess that I would have natively?
Not your no backpack with any tools or anything. You essentially have you're wearing this really elaborate belt. You've got your maul, and that's pretty much it. Whatever else is in your sheet.
Okay, just what's on my sheet. Okay, cool. Then what I'm going to do? You know what? Let's do this. I am going to. Yeah, let's get angry. Zug is going to rage. And in doing so, let's see here. I'm gonna run up towards this guy.
Oh shit, Zug, no! Jamie? Could I have a chance to like say something before he runs, or no?
You can free action yell Zug no as he pounds his chest with his left hand, goes,
Zug, wait a minute, let's be smart
and
about this.
runs into the room, hammer raised. Continue, Zug.
I'm gonna roll my attack. Does a 15 hit this guy?
It absolutely does.
Bam! That's 14.
So you run up to this thing, it was on all fours heading your way, and you meet it, running up to it, holding your hammer with two hands, and just uppercutting this thing in the face. Its head cocks back as it starts falling back. When you see its head lower back down, you can see you crush the lower half of its jaw. It's still alive, but it looks very wounded.
Well, then we're gonna go again. I'm assuming that I guess would it be the one on the left or the one on the right?
What are you talking about?
Oh, like when I roll, because I got it where it's doing like it's rolling twice.
Mm-hmm.
You got advantage set on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is.
The one on the left will be the one you'd normally take. If it's advantage, it's just a higher one.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I'm assuming that hits him too. Then.
Yes, absolutely it does.
Then he's gonna take 20 damage.
Yeah, as soon as he reels his head back down, from your upward swing, you have that hammer above your head and swing straight down. You're not even aiming for the head, because you know you don't need to, as you just land it on the back of its upper spine and just smash this thing into the ground. It is 110% dead.
I assume I can hear this just carnage from around the corner, and I'm just gonna, like, free action quickly say, I guess Zug is already dead. We should just leave. That sounded awful.
In my being proud of my kill, I'm just gonna let out a loud roar.
Yeah, you hear Zug just echoing through the hallway, just
Wait, was that Zug or is that a sound of a shadow demon?
Dude, Zug is just fucking going ape shit over there, man.
Stab, sit still. You can't move.
Oh, sorry. I just want to see what's over the corner.
And then
Can
what
I
I'm
be
gonna do?
peeking? Jamie, can I
stream.
peek? Oh,
Now that I've killed the creature,
oh, the stream doesn't show it.
Oh, it can't. I
Now
can't
that
see
I-
what Zug's doing. Sorry. Go ahead,
oh
Zug.
yeah, no. Now that I've killed the creature, yeah, screw it. He's going to go ahead and yeah, this is looking kind of dire in here, but let's see. That was my 2 attacks. I don't think I have anything else I can do as a bonus. Yeah, I think yeah, he's just gonna sit there. He's gonna just kind of sit there and kind of like try and get them, like he's gonna like kind of wait, like kind of do his hands like, yeah, come to Zug. And he's just gonna back up just a little bit.
All right, good.
Okay. You back up a bit, and I forgot you're fighting in darkness, but that's okay. I won't forget again. You back up and end your turn. That'll bring us to another dretch, which will
Do half-orcs have dark vision?
start running in. Yes, actually they do.
Oh,
I
Zug
don't know-
can see in the dark, right?
I didn't know that. That's all
Yeah,
this
dark.
Dretch is going to be able to do. Stab.
Yeah, I have
You're
dark
up.
vision up to 60 feet.
All right, Stab is going to cast. It's dark in here, right?
You have light on your glove currently.
Yeah, but if it's dark, Stab gets a bonus on his Shadow Blade. Oops.
Oh, want to make it dark?
Yeah.
It's an at will thing, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, it's a second level spell.
Oh, it's a second level spell. Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
So Stab is going to cast Shadow Blade. And then, looking at that Zug killed the first fucker, he's going to be like, yeah, Zug, make them come to us. And then he's going to go right here and just kind of throw his little dagger. Actually, yeah, he's going to throw his dagger at it. The Shadow Blade.
Okay, make a ranged attack. Using, I guess a dagger would be the most equivalent thing. You have a dagger, right?
I got a lot of shit, man. Yes.
Okay, just make an attack roll with it. Let's see. That is a. I see a bunch of damage. Is there an attack roll in there?
Thought I did that. I don't know what I'm doing, Jamie.
So what you did is you activated the Shadow Blade, for you have it available, but you wanted to throw it, right?
I want to throw the Shadow Blade.
Okay, so it's a bonus action just to pull the Shadow Blade out, which you've done.
Yeah.
So you ran up with that. Now it's a regular action to attack with it, which is what you're trying to do now. You need to make an attack roll to see if you hit your target when you throw the dagger. Or the Shadow
Okay, I
Blade.
thought I did. All right, so, man, I've not done this in a while. Then I'm pressing this.
It's all good.
It's just doing damage rolls. Then.
Yeah, what are you, here, actually, I can help you out.
You want the one to the left of the name of whatever attack you're making.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the check mark.
Check mark. I don't know what you're talking about, the check mark.
I'm like in equipment. Okay, I got it now. Think.
You want actions. Yeah, there
There
you
it
go. There it is.
All right, there we go.
So you hurl the Shadow Blade. What was your target? The one running up?
This guy right here.
Okay, and this thing sinks right next to its neck, between its shoulder blade and neck. And the damage, I'll go back up on your Shadow Blade, because the damage is already there. Looks like you do, is that 10 psychic damage? But, am I reading that right?
Think so.
Okay, yeah, you throw your Shadow Blade and it stabs right into this guy for 10 psychic damage. It reels a bit and stumbles as it's running towards you, but it's still alive. But you could see this psychic cut you've made on it is just glowing this deep purple color.
It says I make the attack roll an advantage. Did it do that for me or no?
I mean, it didn't, but you rolled high enough to hit.
Yeah, you can roll
Okay,
again, see if you
cool.
get a crit, if you want to do that.
Yeah, sure.
I just,
What?
no, I just saw it was, or I saw was in the chat.
No, with your dagger stab, with your dagger. That's the you don't want to roll a Shadow Blade. You want the attack roll. There it is. So no, you wouldn't have crit. But that was your action and your bonus action. Is there anything else you can do?
I'm just gonna stay here and keep an eye on Zug.
All right. That'll bring us to 2 Dretches this time, as 2 more start sprinting up to you guys. Doya, you're up.
So I'm gonna peek around this corner. Okay, this is full of fun times. Start off, we're going to go with a Reduce Flame We're going to shoot for one of these things running up. That one, preferably, I think.
All right, that one looks quite wounded.
Ooh.
Can I see its health bar? Or no, I wouldn't know.
No, not on these.
Okay.
They're just going to lob a fireball at it. And by fireball, we mean a little ball of fire, not a real fireball.
You create this globe of fire in your hand and lob it right towards this Dretch that's running up that looks pretty hurt already. And it makes contact with it, slams right into his face. And for a total of, is that 15 fire damage?
Think so.
So 15. Okay, as soon as you see the fire hit this thing's face, it's looks like it disperses a bit right before it makes full contact, almost shimmering across its body. It looks like you still did some damage to it though, as it tumbles on the ground and rolls, struggling to get up, and it barely manages to stand back up, but it looks very, very hurt.
My bonus action to go. Okay, magic is not the answer. And I'll go ahead and end my turn right there.
Okay. Up next will be Lulu, who will look to everyone who is currently already engaged with the enemy and turns to you, Hayes, and says, I'll help with whatever you do. And we'll use the help action on you.
Okay. I give her a kind of a half grin and just kind of look down at her and nod.
And she looks like she's at the ready to move with you whenever you do. That'll take us to another Dretch in the back.
If that time ever comes, I don't know. I'm so far down the list.
Well, that time's coming right now. You're up, Hayes.
Oh shit! All right. I will run forward. I'm not sure what the battlefield. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. All right. I will run around the corner and sort of almost panic a little bit when I see these armies essentially running towards us. But then I see Zug and I feel a little better. But either way, I'm going to sort of start to cast up a spell, and you start to see some lightning sort of flicking off of my hands, and I am going to cast Storm Sphere. And I'm going to cast it. Oh, do the thing. Here.
Where?
I'm working on it. Bam. There.
Oh. That's a big sphere.
5, 10, 15, yep, 20. So a 20-foot radius sphere of whirling air springs into existence, centered on a point I choose within range. Each creature in the sphere, when it appears or that ends its turn there, must succeed on a strength saving throw or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
All right, that's going to be all of our Dretches here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to go in order left to right for all these guys. We'll start at the top and work our way down.
Okay.
So strength savings throws?
Strength saving throws.
I know there's a way to do multiples of this, but it's been too long. This will be quicker. 5 and
Ooh,
6.
crit fail.
So all of them fail except for the second one, which I assume is...
The champion Dretch succeeds. Oh, no, the second one's up here.
Oh, I thought the first one there was dead.
No. You got an alive, and then a dead.
Oh, I didn't even see that one. I didn't see the first alive.
I didn't see that one either.
He's around the
That
corner.
blindsided me.
So they will all take 7 bludgeoning damage. And then, as a bonus action, a bolt of lightning is going to leap from the center of the sphere towards one of these creatures. And I will hit. See, I can't see that first one. I'll hit this back middle one, or I'll try to hit this back middle one.
Well,
here,
you don't
so
want to
I've
hit
got
that
him-
guy because you see him get bludgeoned a bit, and then you see him just fall to the ground with a few pieces of rock or scabs pierced through him.
Oh, well, he did. All
He was
right.
very dead.
You know what? Then I will have it leap out towards Captain Asshole back here.
Yeah, Captain Asshole.
Let's see. So I need to make a ranged spell attack, and I have advantage on the attack roll if the target is in the sphere. She is. So I'm just gonna use a frostbolt.
You
ray of
said
frost
the
roll.
first damage was bludgeoning, right?
First damage is bludgeoning, and I have to make an attack roll to see if the lightning hits. That's a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
Then he will take 15 lightning damage.
So you cast this sphere in the middle of the room, and I'm assuming it's stirring up debris and stuff, and that's the bludgeoning damage?
Yes.
All right. This debris slams into multiple creatures. You even see it strike this shadow demon a bit, and it seems to dissipate it somewhat. And then you channel the center of the sphere and fire this lightning bolt at it. And as soon as you do, that lightning washes over this demon. It didn't seem to affect it at all.
Well, we tried. That will be the end of my turn, and I'm going to keep concentrating on this storm here. So it is difficult terrain now, and anything inside of it has disadvantage on perception checks made to listen.
Okay. So you maintain control of this sphere. Where are you right now?
Right here.
Are you all right? You're not ending your turn yet, right?
No. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, yes, I am.
I'm right there.
You're inside of Doya.
Oh. Well, then I'll move right here.
Lulu scoots over.
Move, Hulu.
All right. That'll actually bring us to the Shadow Demon, and he's starting his turn in your sphere. What happens then?
He needs to make a strength save.
Okay, he is absolutely gonna fail.
He will take 8 bludgeoning damage.
You see small pieces of the scab just again batter through the Shadow Demon, who will try. He's looking around trying to just knock them away with his wings, and then he looks over to where you're all standing, and he sinks through the ground.
Right.
True asshole.
That's going to be the end of his turn, which will bring us to 2 Dretches. And I think the last 2 that haven't gone here start rushing in. One actually makes it up to you, Zug. As it runs in, it's going to try
Question,
to do
Jamie?
Yes.
Wasn't that difficult terrain?
It is difficult terrain, isn't it?
Yeah, you
One's
tell
not-
his ass, Robbie.
Not going to reach you, Zug, as they're struggling to move in this storm. And I think they got to make strength saves again, right?
Yes, at the beginning of their turn, they take strength saves if they're inside the bubble.
Both of them are in the bubble. Both of them fail.
They both take 8 damage, bludgeoning damage.
They're just holding their paws up, just trying to block this gross scab that's ripping them apart in the storm. They look extremely hurt. And that's as far as they can go. Which will take us to the top of the round. Zug! There's a storm in front of you, and it's your turn.
JD, how I know you said it's difficult terrain,
Yes.
but is it difficult to see through?
No, it would not be difficult to see. It's just difficult to hear. Let's see. When it appears, or that ends. So, and you can walk into it as well, as long as you don't end your turn there. But it
Got
is
you.
still difficult terrain with regard to movement.
Okay, got you. Then what I'm going to do. Oh man, how do I want to do this? You know what? Screw it. What we're gonna do? I'm just throwing. I'm throwing. I'm gonna throw the hammer throw it at this guy right here. And let's see, does a 15 hit him?
It does.
It does. All right, then he's taking a full 15 damage off the dwarven thrower.
Okay. You, it's not a bonus action or anything to return that, right? It just comes back after throwing?
No, it comes back at the end of every attack.
Oh, it's going to be cool then. You take your hammer and reel it back and throw, and it spins in a almost 360 degrees, just flying right at this thing. And as this thing is trying to push towards you, it clips its head clean off its shoulders, spinning through it, as this rotates around and comes back to your hand as you catch it and reel back.
Damn Thor Odin's son over here.
Right. I like it.
Zug Odin's son.
Zug Odinson. Look, Zug Odin Bane. I'm gonna, and once it comes back to me, I'm just gonna have a grin on my face as I throw it again, and this time swinging at this gentleman directly in front of me. I'm assuming that that hits.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna roll 12 damage. I'm gonna hang 12 around his neck.
Okay, as it comes back to you, you throw it again as it spins and spins and spins. This time, however, instead of going through him, it just goes right through this creature and smashes into the ground. The impact just slams this thing back, almost knocking him into this other dretch, as the hammer immediately stops moving after it lands on this creature and then flies back without spinning whatsoever back to your hand. This thing is not moving. It is shattered.
Ooh.
yeah.
Like with every kill,
Yeah.
Zug is just getting happier. Like he has this wanton glee on his face as his hammer is covered in blood, and he is just gonna sit there. He's gonna keep doing. He's just gesturing. He's like,
Yes, come to me. Come to Zug.
That's the end of your turn.
that is it.
Stab Pulaire.
I was reading the Shadow Blade, so I have to do a bonus action to make it reappear in my hand. So-
After you throw it, or like just initially? What do you mean?
I think after I throw it, I gotta do a bonus action to make it just. Oh, here, I'll look it to you.
The sword counts as a melee weapon. You drop the weapon or throw it, it dissipates at the end of the turn. Therefore, while the spell persists, you use it. Yep, you use a bonus action to get it back in your hand.
All right, so first bonus action, get the Shadow Blade back in my hand.
Okay.
Okay, did Zog attack this one?
Zug
that one looking?
did not attack that one, but that one's looking very, very wounded.
All right, well, Dab wants to finish it off. Let's just go ahead and throw it.
All right.
So, doing the dagger throw, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. Doing 2 for advantage.
All right, that will hit. And go ahead and roll your Shadow Blade damage. Which is just linking your Shadow Blade, essentially. Damage is connected to it.
Thank you.
There we go. So you hold your left hand back, and this blade reforms in your hand from where it cut that previous stretch. And as soon as it does, you hold your elbow out and let loose this second Shadow Blade as it soars perfectly through the air into this wounded Dretch. You see it connect and pierce through this creature, but the damage doesn't show externally as you see its head just kind of click to the side and it fall lifeless on the ground.
Cool. Let me look this way just to see who else is there. Alright, Stab is going to end his turn here.
All right. That'll take us to a Dretch. It's starting its turn in the storm. And it is going to make a strength savings throw of 3. So it's about to get rocky times. Go ahead and roll that damage again, Hayes.
Alright. 2d6. Yes. 9 damage.
This thing is hobbling through this storm as it barely makes it to you, Zug, but it still looks quite ferocious as it raises its claws and maw to bite at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's all it's gonna do. So first it's gonna make a claw attack and then lean in for a bite. So it tries to rake its claws towards you, but you have your maul back in hand and easily just knock the blow away. It then leads in with its mouth and tries to clamp down onto you. You have more than 16 AC, right?
18.
And as it does try to bite you, dodge out of the way to the side as it reels back. It almost falls on the ground looking so wounded after that bite. But that's all it can do. Doya.
Now that something has come out of the fire, because I figure with everything swirling around it and everyone in front of me, it's hard to see things in the back. I'm going to throw Produce Flame at it.
It's a 15 to hit. That will hit this one for
Beats.
11 fire damage.
I think so.
Okay, that fire again, a lot of it shimmers around its body, but some of it does affect it. And just enough, because as the flames engulf this creature, you can see its eyes just slowly start to melt as it falls down at the end of the hallway in front of you, Doya.
Ugh.
From my position, it's a little hard to tell with all the fields and dead bodies. Do I see anything else coming towards us?
You do see one creature still holding its claw up, trudging your way in the back.
Then I'm going to go ahead and shift over behind Stab. And I think that's going to be it. I don't really see any use of me just going in there yet. So we'll call it there. Turn complete.
Okay, that'll take us to Lulu, which will float up a bit in front and just see this storm going. Kind of just look at it and see a bunch of bodies on the ground. But she doesn't say anything, and she doesn't do anything. Hayes, you're up.
Right. I will kind of stick my head back around here again.
And Lulu's butt.
I'm just kind of like moving past Lulu for just a moment and peeking out there, and I can't really see much of anything except one kind of hobbly guy in the storm still. So I'm going to kind of step back again, and I'm still focusing on the... oh, you know what? No. As I look out, I will... I'll have the lightning streak out from the center of the storm and strike at this creature here. And since he's in there, I will roll with advantage. So I'll just roll 2 Ray of Frost. So 25 to hit on that. And it is going to be 46 damage. Sweet. 6 damage. Lightning
Wow.
damage.
That's
Pretty neat.
This lightning, it for some reason doesn't latch onto this creature fully as it just hits around it, but just enough connects with it that some of it still shimmers across its body, almost like it's negating some of this, but enough hits it to where it just starts turning this creature's behind into just charred flesh. As you see its feet and legs and half its thigh just turning black. It stops crawling and on its feet and tries to crawl with its claws a bit until its life force gives out and it falls limp on the ground.
I'm assuming that was literally exactly how much life it had left.
They take half damage from lightning, and it had 3 health.
And since I don't see this shadow demon anywhere, and I don't see any more of these creatures, I'm going to dissipate the storm.
Okay.
And I will move back in the hallway and stand here and just head on a swivel. I don't know where the hell this thing is going to pop up at, but I know what happens when creatures go into the ground.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes. End of turn. Actually, I'll move here. There we go. End of turn.
Okay, that'll actually bring us to the Shadow Demon, which is nowhere to be found. And that's going to bring us out of combat for now.
I wasn't the
Doug.
only one that saw that thing go into the ground, which, by the way, Zug, holy shit.
He's just gonna turn around and go.
Ah! I go back.
He's in a rage.
Sorry for being worried about you, Zug. Should have been worried about them. What a beast!
He tries to like compose himself. It takes him a moment, but he just.
I like keep my distance and kind of walk past him. And I'm just gonna survey the area here and see if there's any other threats.
Just
That
looking
shadow
around.
guy might be around.
You,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, it's possible. You know you saw that shadow thing disappear, but you don't see anything else around. You do feel the floor being it's almost rocky at this point with how thick it is.
I'd like to cast Produce Flame for the light source, if you don't mind putting any source on me.
Sure. He's gonna
Zug's just
maintain it in your hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Zug's just gonna mumble.
Coward.
Okay.
Possibly.
Where is he?
We don't know what his intent is. I mean, look, I'd probably want to sink into the floor too if I was getting pelted in the face with, and I just gesture to the floor, any of this, but I would just assume he was used to it.
This is a good showing.
Jamie, I picked up the Elgin's body, by the way.
Okay.
Just as
Go ahead.
a point, there is a hallway over here, and I'll point over there.
Which way?
It looks like a passage up, down, behind us.
Well, this is whatever those creatures were digging at down here.
Hey, what's in the wall there? Does it look like we could tell what they were digging for, or is it just earth?
It looks like they were all digging pretty hardcore towards that wall you're staring at, Stab. Make a... You weren't here last time, so I can understand why, but make a history check. Oh, I'll make it low. Low DC. At 10. Perfect. So, those dretches you saw were digging at something, and you think back to that devil that you guys rescued before. You remember him mentioning something about some group clawing to reach some sort of creature or pet that used to belong to Yigano, which is essentially a demon, or lord, yeah. I guess they call it demon lord.
Huh. And what are these dudes naked? Do they look like they have anything on them, Jamie?
No, they look like mindless demons.
Hmm. All right, let's carry onward then.
Can you describe the passage to our northwest?
Sure.
Oh, there's two ways.
It looks like another path carved. It's about 10 feet tall. It seems to be ascending a bit.
What about this way?
Let me see what you see that way. It looks like it curves around. Unless you go further, you're not sure.
Does it stay at the same level as where they were digging? Like they could just have started over there?
What are you referring to? I don't understand what you're asking.
So they were
Other set of
digging
stairs.
from here towards this, what we're going to call the southeast. This
Mhm.
passageway you say curves around and towards the southeast.
Oh,
Oh.
that doesn't.
Are you okay? Hold on.
You're right, Stab?
Barkin, give me a second.
Oh, you're good. In the meantime, it does look like that path does curve around Doya, but it probably doesn't stay consistently going one direction. It likely keeps curving another
Okay,
way.
thank you.
Also, what's your passive perception again?
20.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and say, just walking through this room now that everyone's walked out of it, it's very faint, but you hear just a low, incredibly deep growling, or maybe snoring? You can't tell, but it almost sounds like it's coming from that wall.
Can I examine that wall in more detail then?
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check for this one.
Oh, sorry. My passive perception is 24.
It says the same result either way. Okay, with that perception, you place your hand on the wall and just listen faintly, and you hear some. This has to be the snores of something massive beyond this wall, and it doesn't even feel like it's that far away. Just based off the vibrations of the wall itself, when you touch it, it might be 6-7 feet deeper. Whatever these creatures were digging to, they were almost to.
Well, the passageway down here seems to curve around and continue downward.
Well, whatever they were digging at here, they were close to.
What do you think it is?
Something big. Something dangerous.
Lulu
Surely
scoots
if they
close.
were trying to
Sorry, go
unearth it, then it can't be good.
And she kind of freezes up when she hits the spot with you, Doya, and then scoots back immediately, and then shudders and says, "Ooh, there's something really bad over there."
I mean, I suppose that was to be expected. Again, anything they're digging for here, probably something we don't want them to dig up. And I can only assume that that shadow demon is watching us from somewhere. And I just kind of hold up a middle finger and wave it around, just various different directions.
Yeah, I got a feeling that. Shadow Demon probably doesn't like light, so I'm going to try to keep Produce Flame running while we keep going.
Sure.
Zug, it seems like we have a couple of options here. We could... You said this staircase goes down as well up here?
That one goes up a bit.
Okay. We have a stairway going up and a stairway going down. I don't suppose
out
you've
of
been
Yo,
through
go
here
ahead.
in your little tankard. And you don't remember any of this, do you?
None of it rings a bell.
Out of character, you said like just the stuff that's just to make sure I'm not leaving anything behind. Pretty much everything I have is just on me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You need a backpack for your stuff, Zug?
I have little in the way of possessions. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't leave anything.
Is there anything that you need that you don't have?
He looks down at his hammer that's covered in the blood of the dretches.
Unless you can give me more of this.
Does the blood run up the walls? All right. Well, what do we think? Up or down?
Well, we want to leave.
I have a feeling that in the end we'll need to go both places. I'm going to go out on a limb and make a Doya assumption here.
Don't go
I was
too far
expecting
on
one
that
of you to give a comment on that.
I'll just say, well, I do want to kill the shadow.
I feel
assuming
that-
you stay with us for some time, you'll become quite fond of Doya's assumptions. They are quite fun.
That was what I was expecting. I feel that we will probably find the sword if we go up. I got this feeling. And I feel that we will find more things for Zug here to kill if we go deeper.
I like the way this, whatever you are, talks. You speak of glorious combat. I'm in.
All right.
For
well,
now.
I suppose down it is. Oh, and Zug, I suppose I should maybe fill you in just a hair on what the hell we're doing here. Zariel, I kind of look around when I say the name, almost like expecting something to come crashing through the ceiling. Zariel is real asshole here, and we are looking for her sword. She lost, or was stolen, something, but all of our journeys have led us here. We are led to believe it is here, and it is what we can potentially use to kill her. That's why we're here, so we're looking for it. We're killing things along the way. We're also being killed along the way. Sorry, Lulu. But that's why we're here. So, if you see a giant glowing sword, it's probably the one we're looking for. So if you just...
A
you see
giant
something, say
glowing
something.
sword.
I don't know that it's glowing. I just assumed it would be glowing.
But is it giant?
I would assume so. I don't know. Like,
Then
in my
nothing
head, I
more
imagine
need
Zariel
be
as some
said.
gigantic giantess. But maybe she's just our size. I don't know.
If it is a big sword, we shall claim it.
Very well. Well, I suppose we continue on. But now you are in the loop. I'll continue down.
It's kind of big, I guess.
Do we need to make another stealth roll if we're intending to continue sneaking our way through this place?
Yes, we've been through a combat, so this will be a fresh sneak.
Oh, yep.
Do we want to take like a 5 or 10 minute break and
Yeah,
wait for Stab to come back?
Yeah, I was gonna let y'all go downstairs and then do it. But we can
Okay.
do it now. We're gonna take a quick break, check on Stab, make sure he's cool. So give us about 10 minutes. Be back shortly. And we are back. And Stab is back. Turns out everything's just fine. It was false
Hey,
positive. So there you go.
sorry guys, I had to say hi to my girlfriend.
There you go.
She sucks. I'm just kidding.
You guys can pick up from where you were.
Oh, so we're all crowded around here, huh?
You were heading down this passage, yes.
Alrighty. Is this going up or down?
Down.
Oh, don't let Doyle lead. Shit.
Stab
You
throws a
say that,
slight.
and again, out of character, I really thought that Elgin had hit the button. I was following him.
Did it look like Hayes was easy to go down there?
Yeah, he walked down a slight slope. It's not actual stairs. It's just like, and it's not fleshy or slick either. It's pretty much like, it's almost like you're walking on rock at this point.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I'm lagging like hell.
Where this goes.
Jamie,
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
I'd
Lily.
like to try to keep track of something, and I don't know if I'll need to make a roll or if you say it's just impossible.
Then let's hold on and see what you're talking about. And what are you referring to?
I want to try to keep track of where that monster would be in relation to where we go up, down, left, and right.
The Shadow Demon?
No, the one in the wall.
Oh, that's going to be near impossible, but I'll let you try with a survival check. The tunnel twisted and turned and descended, and then went flat and descended again. You think you might know where it's at, but you have no way of knowing for sure.
Okay, I just want to try to like keep a general idea so we like don't end up underneath it and cave in the ceiling or anything like that.
I'll say you're listening out for that snore. Hayes!
Thank you.
As you round that corner, you were met with a odd sight. You could see, and definitely hear more than just what you see, a few gnolls, and what looks like whatever huge vulture creature that you had, I believe you debated philosophy with a long time ago. You see one of those, and hear maybe more around the corner as well. They seem to be dancing.
Oh.
But they haven't noticed you yet.
I back up against the wall here and listen to hear if there's any, like, if I hear any movement coming this way, and I'll look back down the hallway, and I guess at this point see everybody coming, and I'll just hold my hand up as like, wait, and I'll hold my hand up to my mouth and just do like a shh, and then I'll like point around the corner like this, and then I'll make like
You need a shovel.
fang face.
What?
Can you-
They're dancing? Really?
Stab got it perfectly.
And, like I'll look over at Stab, almost look with a double take, and be like, yeah.
That's so crazy. What do you think we should do?
You want us to dance?
And I'll just kind of like shrug and I'll move back over this way towards you, and I'll say, there's a bunch of gnolls around there, and one of those flying creatures, you wouldn't know. But I'll turn back to Doya and Stab and say, what are the flying creatures? The one we encouraged to go chase its dreams, and then it flew off.
Rock?
Back when we, yes, the rock. We encouraged
they
him to be a
listening to-
chef so that we could smell what he's cooking. And then I'll turn
yeah.
and smell. Does anything smell good down here?
No, it
Stab
smells
does.
terrible, like dried, rotted skin.
It's either a different one or he failed miserably at his dream.
Jamie, if I ask, can we hear the music? Are they just dancing
Was there
to?
music? I think they were just dancing.
Yeah,
wasn't
there's no music. You hear like sometimes little high pitched squeals and like it sounds like hyena giggling, which you know is the
Okay.
sound of gnolls, but you don't hear any music.
Okay. When I expected music with the dancing, maybe it was like rock and roll.
No, it's not fun. Boo. Somebody boo this man.
Did he
Sorry.
say rock and roll?
Yes.
Rock and roll.
Now go ahead, Hayes. I won't do it. Go ahead.
I mean, last little bum rush went pretty well. Turn around and leave. Or Zug, you can smash, I suppose.
Baby. You said Knowles.
Knolls are never good. I've yet to see anything good with a knoll.
Some of my best friends were Knowles.
I don't believe you.
You don't know me, boy.
That's fair.
I will take your lead on this one.
I'll look back to Doya and Stab and see if any of them are giving a disapproving look.
Dab looks at you eagerly, but you could tell just from that eagerness, he's just ready to go along with whatever you want. Like a drooling puppy.
If things go bad, you seem to know how to handle yourself in a fight. We'll back that.
I look up at I look back up at Zug, and I'll kind of circle my hand one around the other as magic, as the weave starts to kind of flicker in between them, and I'll reach out, and as I'm reaching out, I'll say, I hope none of these are your friends, and I'll place my hand on Zug's like upper shoulder here. Even though I don't need to touch him with it, I cast haste.
Oh. All right, Zug, you suddenly feel way faster than you normally do as you feel this magical aura just envelop you. Suddenly you're much quicker and a little bit more elusive.
I'm going to tap him on the other shoulder and go, think about your actions and know that we stand with you. I'm going to cast guidance on him.
All right, you buff the Zug.
Send in the transporter.
He's just gonna look at you both. He's gonna give a reassuring nod. And he's gonna shuffle off. He's just gonna mumble, work. He's gonna
Something I
turn the
always need
corner. And he's not gonna walk up in like a ready to fight stance.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still gonna have his weapon in his hand. He's not gonna be holding it in like a menacing fashion. He's just gonna kind of hold it over his shoulders. He's just like walking up confidently.
I'm like holding my hands out like this. I'm like, got about a minute of this.
I'll use every moment of it.
Using too many moments right now.
He walks up.
You walk up, and one of the gnolls has clearly noticed you as they all stop dancing. And they turn to you, kind of them doing their little hyena giggles and laughs as they take their spears and start clattering them on the ground while looking at you. And the Vrox stop and look towards you as well. And just as a reminder, these suckers are fairly big. They look like this. I think it's cutting off a bit. But you
Oh,
can
shit.
expand that
Oh
to
yeah, I can
the
see it.
full deal.
Oh yeah, no, I can see it.
As all three
I'm
of
just
them turn to you, Zug, and you hear in your mind some speech. And it says, "Why are you here?"
Oh, great, we're talking.
What I'm gonna do? The music has stopped, right?
There's no music. Never was any music.
No. Oh, there was. Oh, but they were dancing before, right?
Yeah, it looks kind of chaotic insanity type dancing, like just wiggling their body. It wouldn't even be called dancing, but that was the only thing, unless you're watching them
It's
for
more
a
like
while.
they were
you
like
could determine.
moshing. They look more like
Yeah.
moshing.
You ever see those goth kids dancing under the bridge?
Yeah. That's basically what I'm gonna do. Just I'm not gonna answer them directly, but I'm just gonna start dancing as well. Like,
He's gonna Star-Lord him.
yeah, I'm gonna like
You were dancing before. Or was I mistaken?
and I'm just gonna start dancing. I'm basically trying to mimic what they were doing.
Are you trying to deceive them like you care to do this dancing, or are you like truly feeling it?
No, I'm truly feeling like I'm not even trying to. This isn't a setup. This isn't a put on. I'm just
Okay.
like, yeah. I'm thrashing around and just kind of like, doing this, not swinging my weapon or anything, but like occasionally I'll
Oh,
kind of hold
shit.
it over my head with both hands
Mhm.
and then keep dancing.
You hear this voice in your head again as the gnolls start swaying side to side and slapping their spears on the ground repeatedly, now almost methodically, as one of the Vrox telepathically communicates with you and says, "We worship Igno, his likeness, his world." And you can see actually behind them, Zug, there's like a 9-foot tall statue carved into the scab. It looks like some hulking demon, a big one.
Mm.
He
Also,
seems
about
cool.
this time, your body loses its shimmer.
Okay. I'm going to.
Was that the haste wearing off?
That was the haste.
Okay.
Okay, then you are.
Oh yeah,
When the spell ends, you can't move or take actions until after your next turn, as a wave of lethargy sweeps over you.
And for the next
Fair
6
enough.
seconds, you're very tired.
Next 6
Zug.
seconds.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm just gonna roll with it. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'll mostly just be stalling.
Ignu. Yes. I've heard of Ignu's greatness. One of my war party used to speak of it. Tell me more.
One of the gnolls actually steps up to you and starts motioning at you with his spear, almost poking at you, but not like touching your body, and then behind you and saying, "A gift, flesh. You bring flesh."
Just Zug's gonna do like he's gonna kind of look over his shoulder and just let out a very big grin. And then he's gonna look back at the gnolls.
Say, oh. Well, you see these. I don't think they would be worthy sacrifices for a god as insurmountable, as prestigious. I'm thinking something better.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to pay. Make a deception check.
Oh, this isn't gonna go well.
You still have guidance on you, I believe. Or is
Okay.
that a
Yeah.
minute as well?
It's a minute.
It would be a minute as well.
Yeah, so
Never
it'd just be a flat. So it'll be a 10.
All right, and let me check some stuff on these guys.
How does that double roll work?
It's rolling automatically with advantage.
Okay.
So the top one's always the legit one, the bottom one's the advantage one. You can turn that off in the, I think in your Beyond 20 as well if you want to change that, Zug. You know, guys, it's up to you. Either way,
Okay.
the Gnoll looks towards the Vrox, who all are now standing on their hind legs. These guys are tall. This room is like 20 feet tall. These things are like about 10, 11 feet tall on their back legs looking down now.
Don't like that.
And then you hear one inside your head, Zug, as it says, Then why are you here?
Well, to be honest, I'm here looking for something. And I stumbled across this celebration, if it were. And I wanted to join in. I've never been moved before by such a magnanimous god. Seeing you worship got my attention.
The gnolls sort of just stare at you, and one of the rocks looks towards the statue, this one specifically, and then looks back down towards you, and then towards your party in the back, and starts clicking his beak together. You see his tongue moving as he's doing this, as he says, "Worthy or unworthy, flesh would be delicious. You seek to worship Iguno. Yes. Do they?"
Oh, they most certainly do.
What this rock leans down, looks toward one of the gnolls, and says something in Abyssal. Can anyone speak Abyssal?
I know I can't.
No, go ahead.
I can.
Oh, you can? Wow. All right. So, this rock leans down and tells this gnoll. He says something that sounds just poor and wretched, but none of you can identify it, except you, Doya. As you hear this thing out loud say, "Tell the Fang." And then this gnoll starts leaving.
Does anything look like it's really paying attention to me and Hayes in the back, or is everything more on?
They were
Zug.
mentioning us.
Some eyes shift to you occasionally.
Okay, but they're not like staring at us.
No.
I'm gonna lean over to Hayes and go, he's going to talk to the Fang.
The what? Excuse me, the what now?
And I will do like point at like my teeth and go, Fang.
No, I heard the word. That's probably not a good thing, right?
And Doya kind of does his Doya grunt and shoulder.
You told the Fang, all right.
The gnoll
He's bad.
returns and says something again in Abyssal to the rock, which Doya, you can overhear as it's saying it wants to see them. To which this rock then will talk to you telepathically again, Zug, and say, Come meet the Fang." And after it says that, you could see these creatures moving aside.
The Fang. Well, no time like the present. We seek an audience with the Fang.
Zug starts marching through. These creatures
Excuse me.
look at him, clicking their tongues and just doing their little hyena giggles and laughs as you walk through.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Must just be allergic to terrible ideas.
Oh shit, there was a lot of them.
Is this tunnel big enough for these rocks to move through freely?
Hello.
What rocks?
Hi.
What?
Yes. Hello.
Like, rocks are kind of big.
How
tight are these
I thought you
tunnels?
said
compared-
rocks.
Yeah.
They'd be able to fit through. While it looks like their token's massive, they could still like make their body thin and go through corridors and whatnot that are 5 feet wide.
Okay.
As we get to this area right here, I want to take a moment to see what is like what's down these like I can see enough, like I don't see anything like immediate down these hallways, right?
It looks like you could see over here. This sort of hits a wall and curves. You can see a lot of bones starting to pull up in this room to the west. To the east, you can hear a load of just, I can't make hyena sounds, but it sounds like, laughing.
Okay. I'm gonna stop walking, and I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna kind of gesture for Doya to go ahead of me.
As I'm making my way down this, like I'm just looking to the left and right at each of these creatures. I'm just, yep, hello, hi, yes, hello, wonderful day. And when the line stops, I will actually like bump into the back of Lulu, like. Shit.
I'm gonna tell Stab the same. Like, go ahead.
And the thing that went in front of us went towards the right, correct?
Yeah.
I'll take a step that way.
So do you like to dance a lot? Oh, the lines move. Okay, right. Have a nice day. Right. Bye.
As Hayes passes me, like as he gets about right there, I'm just gonna kind of whisper. We are not going. And I'm gonna step back and like almost as if acting almost as if I forgot something. And when I do, the knoll that's right here, I am going to bash his brains in.
Do we do this now?
Make an attack roll.
Can I have a reaction?
Do I need to roll with since he doesn't know that I'm about to do this?
I'd say yeah. You can go ahead and if you want to do something, you can react. If it's like a full action, I'd say not that because you didn't know Zug was about to and clock this guy. But Zug, you can go ahead and swing.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I was gonna if I picked up on the fact that he was about to turn around and start fucking fighting. I would cast haste on him again.
Oh, he did say we're not going anywhere to you, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you can go ahead and cast a full action.
Yeah.
Okay. I cast haste again.
And I'll say he's doing that mid-swing. Zug, that's going to hit and do some damage. Go ahead.
That's going to be a solid 17.
Okay, you bash the crap out of this knoll. He slams into the wall as you shatter half his skull. This thing is somehow still breathing, however. But I think you could make a second attack if you take an attack, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I normally can take 2.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead.
Let's see here. 19. I assume that'll
hit.
All right, that'll be a 9.
You finish the job as you just shove the maul all through the rest of this thing's head and crush him against this scabby rock wall. This knoll just hits the ground. As soon as you do that, the Vroks raise their wings and arms and ready to jump on you. All the gnolls raise their spears. Hearing the sound of violence happening in the previous chamber, Stab and Doya, the gnolls you see ahead of you, also raise their weapons and start to advance on you. That's what we're going to call it for the evening.
Yay, pincer attack.
Very, very dead. Why did we wait till we got to this side of the room to do this?
I didn't want us to get backed in.
Oh my.
But I have a plan.
Oh my.
I have a plan.
I hope you have a plan.
Successfully.
Keep swinging. We know your plan.
Look, he is a violent war raider.
Yeah, you
I
guys.
have a feeling him and Merrick would have gotten along just fine. Shoot first, ask questions later.
He did plenty of asking.
I have a plan, trust me.
Well, meet Zug. This is who he is and what he does. You can follow him if you wish, but if you do, you may end up fighting 30 enemies at the same time. So that's on you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, you will, most likely.
So there you go. Stab, you still have Elgin in your arms, and
Yep.
yeah, next week, study your character sheets vigorously and look at all of the ins and outs of combat techniques you have, because you're gonna need them, because this might be a long battle.
Oh God.
But
You
yeah,
know what I'm casting.
good job, everybody. You're still alive, most of you, and yeah, man, made some progress in the Citadel. We're not done yet. There's
Pretty
still
sure Elgin's body's just laying in a hallway somewhere, isn't it?
no. Stab has him. Stab said he picked him up earlier.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been carrying him. He's been very faithful carrying him.
True.
Yeah, I'm about to leave his ass. I don't know if I could. Elgin wouldn't want me to die here either. Shit.
I mean, at this point, he's dead. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I know,
He's
but my
dead
character doesn't know that.
Well, has anyone got anything else they want to say before we bounce out of here for the evening?
Tune in next time for our final episode.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see
got
how it
this.
goes.
We got this. I believe.
Fucking
I believe.
had goddamn flamingo out there. Shit.
We got the
The
heart of the
rocks.
cards, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just think of some tactics. Talk about some tactics for next Monday. Maybe
Yeah.
y'all pull something out.
I can
Sure,
tell you the
come
first
something.
thing I'm gonna do.
Probably gonna bash something.
Yeah.
Gonna go bash him. No, he's gonna
No.
rage and
Well,
then go bash him.
I'm a rage, and I'm gonna throw my javelin straight down this line.
Oh,
does
that's
it
right.
Pierce?
He has
I didn't know
another
it pierced.
item y'all haven't seen yet. That's pretty cool.
Oh, spoiler alert! That was the plan.
That was
You'll
the
see.
And since everyone's kind of lined up nice and neat,
Oh, that's fucking smart, actually. All right.
that was the idea.
Yeah.
I'll see
I
how it
couldn't
works.
get a good angle. I couldn't get a good angle from the other way, so I wanted a better one.
Zug stays in the lead.
I'm excited for
I
Zug to see
mean-
around the corner too in the next room.
I mean, I'm pretty meaty, you know, not as meaty as most, but you know, I can hold my own for the most part. I was just gonna say, yeah, hey, we make sure that we got big wizardy boys. They can maybe put something in these in these corridors that will slow it down.
Well, maybe one of you guys controls wind pretty good, so maybe you can do something like that.
I don't
Yeah,
know how much wind I got left in me.
Man, you got this. I believe me. I have faith in you. I have faith. I have the faith in you.
All right,
Somebody can do it.
I'm be
We're gonna go
studying my
ahead and-
character sheet.
We're gonna get out of here for the evening, y'all. Thanks for watching again. I appreciate you tuning in via Twitch, YouTube, however you did see this. We do this every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central, or no, 7 p.m. Central. Every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central. And our other game, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, at 8 p.m. Central on Wednesdays. That actually is going to pick back up for the first time in a month and a half, maybe 2 months. So come check that out. We're going to shake off the rust there too and see where we end up. And the Fey realms and whatnot. Again, way different from what we're dealing with now. But yeah, if you want to see what a very good tutorial of what D&D combat is like in depth over an hour, then please tune in next time and you'll get a good rundown of how that works. So
Be ready.
like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.
Bye, Jamie.
Man. Oh man.